idea of how many of y'all need to be briefed a little bit. I'm gonna give you a little quick briefing, but basically Tekashi 69 is this dude who looks he's considered to be the world's biggest rat, and he actually looks like a rat because he got this multicolored hair, these crazy teeth would look like chiclets are in them. I think now that he's gone from being Tekashi 69 to being Daniel Hernandez, like where he's enunciating his name. My name's Daniel Hernandez. Yes, sir. That's spelled H-E-R. Excuse me, Mr. Hernandez. Can you scoot back from the mic? Oh, yeah, yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's Hernan. Right? Like it's real interesting to see when keeping it real goes wrong. When you so gangster that now they made you into a puppy dog. Because ain't nobody more gangster than the federal government. I'm just sorry. Like that's the epitome of gangster. You want to see, the biggest gangsters in America. It ain't the mafia. It ain't Crips or Bloods. It ain't some gang on the south side of Chicago. The biggest gangsters are the police, the LAPD, the NYPD, the Chicago PD, and the feds. The feds are the biggest gangsters in the history of the world. And so if you go up against that clique, that gang, you better come strapped, because if you don't, the consequences are unbelievable and overwhelming. So anyway, so Daniel Hernandez, we can't call him Tekashi 69 anymore. I guess he lost his street cred, so he's now he's like a modern day mixture between a Suge Knight, Vanilla Ice type situation with a little more punk and a little more prep school boy in him. Because Suge Knight was a little older, he was in his 20s, late 20s, right? But it's kind of a similar thing to Death Row Records, kind of where we fall for the okie doke in terms of what hip hop became. Somebody took hip hop, and it wasn't us. Somebody took the beautiful culture of hip hop and they gangsterfied it. They made it into a joke. They made it into a caricature. They made it into where you became cartoon characters. And Tekashi was the ultimate cartoon character. He had those big multicolored teeth, and he would always be like, showing you his multicolored teeth. He had this crazy colored hair. He had tattoos all over his face. So he was really a minstrel show, right? He was a minstrel show, right? He knew this, and he knew what he had to be. How do I know this? Well, if you listen to Daniel Hernandez in court telling his story, they're like, so Mr. Hernandez, have you ever had a job? Yeah. I used to work as a bus boy at this restaurant, and we used to bus tables, and I did that for about a year and a half. So Mr. Hernandez, when did you start making music? Well, I had met this guy who told me that, we could make music and da-da-da. Well, what kind of music did you make? Well, it was like rock and roll kind of rap. It wasn't what he was doing now. It was a different kind of music. And so, he talked about the tour. So where'd you go on tour, Mr. Hernandez? Well, we went to Uzbekistan and the Ukraine, and we went to Poland and St. Petersburg, Russia, right? He's